work with him and kind of called him up and said, hey man, there's this great role, you play such a dick so well all the time, there's this great role called Tyler Lockwood in the show, and we'd really love you to take a look at it. And he was like, you know what, no man, I want to play bad. I want to be the good guy. I want to play the guy with the heart of gold, and he made that choice for himself, and it's great to see him like commit to stay in the course of being that good, true, pure
Because
friend.
he's such a jerk.
Because he's such a jerk.
Think about Matt. I love you too.
And he's so not a jerk, I really.
But in the world of vampires, werewolves, witches, and everything else like that, Matt is completely unaware of this. So in his mind, I mean, this is how I like to play Matt. Matt is as strong as anyone that he comes against because he's got a very strong moral code. His heart's bigger than him. So I'm not timid or afraid of anything that's going on in this town.
Julie,
Let's see, I'm trying to remember what's aired versus what's coming. No, you know what, actually, it's funny, I was reading some feedback about that scene in the episode that aired the other night, and book fans were so happy to see that happen between Stefan and Elena, and people who didn't know the books at all were kind of like, what the hell is that? That's weird, you know? And I think if you look at it, it's kind of twisted, I guess, but if you look at the idea of a vampire needing a life source and the love of his life willing to lend that to him and to give it to him, to me that's like this beautiful commitment in their relationship. It's kind of like a monogamy commitment in a way, and it's a little cheesy and it's very perverse, but I thought it was actually really kind of beautiful and special and twisted and perverse all at the same time. But their relationship as of that moment has never been stronger. The problem is that all the damage that Catherine's been doing in her psyche and in Stefan's psyche is going to start to, we're going to see the cracks in the longevity of Stefan and Elena's happiness, because it's really difficult to stay happy with so much coming at you from every side.
/TV magic.
No. Real witches?
Yeah.
Julie is.
Before she chopped his fingers off?
I don't know. It's funny. One of the reasons that we did not kill Uncle John, Dad John, is because I love David Andrews. I just adore this man, and I look forward to the moment that he does come back to our show. And so I would not rule that out at all. I can't say when or where or how it's going to happen, but he is Elena's father, the character. I feel like there's too much potential there that I don't want to kill her dad yet. You know, it's not, we haven't maximized the potential there. You know, we have to sort of think of it as story. And that's where I come from as a writer. Is like, I know that there's some great story there to still be to mine. And so yes, I do relish the day Uncle John, David Andrews comes back.
Great, thank you. Over here.
Yeah, howdy. I'm at forcesgeek.com, not People Magazine because I pick you. But I was just wondering, how much power does the actual storyline from the books take over with the show? Are you guys afraid to kind of deviate from that, or?
I'm a 4-year-old girl in the show, so I
read this first book, and I think we kind of did the premise of the first book, and every now and then we go back to the book.
Back to the well, so to speak, every now and then.
Oh yes, the well. We do go back to the well every now and then, as you'll see. But you know what? The book was such a great it set up the mythology for us, and we borrow from it all the time, we go back to it. But we're a room full of writers, and we sit around and we take what LJ did, and you have 8 more writers that are just sort of like, throwing ideas out there. So yes, it transforms and evolves and turns into like a weekly series where, you have 6 act breaks, and you have 42 and a half minutes to tell a story, and it's suddenly not a novel anymore, so things change, and we all put our stamp on it. So we're very loosely based at this point, because now we're thinking long term, and we're thinking, the big picture. Our words and our lines, and it's going to be a marriage. And so the best... Soulmates have a very different... There's a definition of a soulmate that to me goes a lot bigger than just a regular definition. But, no, I do not answer that question.
All right, thank you guys so much.